what's your name? This is really one of the easiest questions one may ask you. And if the question is what is your father's name, it's still easy. But if I ask you what is your father's name, then also the question may not be difficult. But if you go further and say what is your father's name, then it may not be that easy for many of us. Why? We don't know the name of our ancestor. Our forefathers just 3 or 4 generations up, we do not know the name. They might have lived some 200 years ago. Compare this with Shakespeare, for example, who died more than 400 years ago. Or John Keats, who died 200 years ago. We know them. We know the name of their parents. We know where they lived. We know what they did. But we do not know the very name of our own forefathers, who also lived at the same time. When you do higher study, you study the names of different philosophers or scientists or writers. 2 names I have just mentioned. And then you know about their activities, their contribution, their whole life you study. But your forefather who lived at the same time, you do not know anything about him. Why this? The reason is that those people like Shakespeare or Keats or any other renowned personality, they did something for the world, for the humanity. They made contributions. They lived their life in a very creative way. When they died, they just bodily died. They are still living in human hearts. But it's sad to say that your forefather, it may be my forefather, who also lived at the same time, did not do anything worthwhile like those people. They just lived ordinary life. Then they died. No one remembers. Even we don't remember. So in order to make ourselves alive even after death, that next generations, our children, their children will remember us, we have to do things in a worthwhile way, in a creative way. That world remembers us. We remain alive in the hearts of human beings even after our death. This can be done by doing great things, by doing creative things, by engaging ourselves in good activities. Hope these words of mine will touch your hearts and we all will work hard to make our life really great. Thank you very much for listening to me.